Okay, so this chick can't defend her own ideology, apparently. Let's see what this is about. It's probably going to be freaking stupid.
Just show of hands. Do you think, should the guy pay on the first date? Raise them high if you think the guy should pay on the first date. Boom, boom. Yes, yes. You're like iffy. Okay, everybody here, they think okay. And then just a follow-up question. Who here, at least like maybe your politics-wise, considers themselves maybe a bit more on the liberal side, believes in gender equality, maybe even considers themselves a feminist? Show of hands. Just you two?
I wouldn't consider myself a feminist.
Well, I'm pretty moderate. I wouldn't say I'm liberal, but
I'm like in between.
Okay, so you're a feminist. In fact, if I recall in our notes, you consider yourself a radical feminist.
Oh,
yeah. Oh shoot! That's freaking
what does that mean to be a radical feminist to you?
Means gross. That's what that means.
Radical.
Disgusting.
I'm about to get clipped. I'm scared.
Just go ahead.
Getting clipped right now.
I'm gonna get clipped.
Well, like, I'm just trying to think of how to explain this. I say I'm a radical feminist because, like, I agree with a lot of their views, and so you want me to, like, tell you those views?
Because she wants all of the benefits without any of the sacrifice. All of the benefits without any of the sacrifice. Watch.
Or
let's see.
I just think some ideas.
I'm just saying.
Or like some concepts.
So okay, well,
okay.
What's your definition of feminism to start?
Well,
what does it mean to be a feminist?
Bruh.
And then I suppose you consider yourself a radical feminist, so that's another component.
Yeah. Like what it means to be a feminist?
Sure.
Well, to be a feminist, I guess it means for... I don't know exactly how to explain this, but...
So why do you consider yourself a radical feminist?
Give her a chance. Go ahead.
Because I agree with their values.
What values?
What are the
she doesn't even
values?
know what the values are.
There's a lot
Can
of
you
different
name
ones.
a value
Like,
that they have?
Well,
These chicks are
one
ripping
thing-
her too.
Maybe it's just me, but
Oh my.
I think it should be illegal.
That's fair.
Okay.
Oh,
There should
That
be
that
one
that
thing.
is a feminist position, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
With
mean,
the
there
P word, I
is kind
think.
of like equity that.
Just one point of clarification on that. When you say be illegal, do you mean it should be illegal to make, illegal to consume? What?
Not exist.
Okay. What about prostitution? Should that be illegal? Now, question on the prostitution
She's
thing.
so unsure.
Should it be illegal for men? Should the men be prosecuted, or should the women be prosecuted? Assuming it's a woman who's a prostitute.
Well, the guy who's buying or the pimp.
Well, okay, you could be a prostitute and not have a pimp. I'm saying, so there's the prostitute, and then there's the guy who's...
Clarification, that's fair.
Okay, so like the
That's
guy
fair.
that's buying the prostitute.
But the prostitute, it shouldn't be illegal to be a prostitute, but it should be illegal to...
Well, didn't they do that in Nevada?
I think they've done that in some places,
They
yeah.
decriminalized it, but...
Zero accountability.
And so, like, they're all going now.
Okay, but in any... so you were making some other points, too, as far as some of the values that you believe in related to feminism.
But, one thing is I kind of do believe the person that's buying, like, the prostitute...
Okay, 1 second, really quick. This chick on the right, those overalls, gangster. I really like those those freaking overalls.
should get
That
in
bald
trouble
eagle on
more
the front.
so than
All right,
the
let's go back.
prostitute. But except I know the
Well,
argument of like
Yeah, we already got that, but what are the other values?
of-
Besides the you said make legal and then the
I
prostitution
think we have a
thing.
way that we can jump into this.
Hold on, just let her speak. Go ahead.
well, like, I mean, I'm kind of into like the equity thing.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm trying to think.
The equity thing. Like,
Well, okay. Here, did you have something?
Yeah. So how do you feel about the wage gap?
Do you believe there's a wage gap?
Well,
Quote unquote
there
over
is.
here.
There is
Okay,
a
then.
wage gap.
You think that there is a wage gap?
There is a
False.
wage gap.
Why do you think that that is?
False. Because
What do
CNN
you
told
mean,
you
why
so.
do I think
I'm
that
like
then?
ready to I'm ready to jump.
Yeah,
Why
me
do you think
too.
that there's a wage gap? Like why do you
That's
what
what
is the
that's what the
reasoning that you
freaking
think
Matrix
that
told
there
her,
is a
dude.
wage gap?
That's the only reason.
Like, why?
That's what she's been
Yeah,
told.
like what do you think caused the wage gap? Like the wage
but
gap that you
think
think
for
that
yourself,
there is
bro.
between men and women. What do you think the cause of that is?
And also, do you want to tell us what is the wage gap?
Well, it's where women are being paid less.
For what?
Working?
This is the crazy thing, is when people have, she said she's a radical feminist, right? People have these crazy, like, let's say radical views, radical ideas that they think they believe in, but they have no idea why. They've just been told. They haven't analyzed anything. They just suck in information and they accept the programming. Not good. You guys don't do that. Don't do that. It's not good.
Across the board.
Bad for your brain.
So in all in every
In your
single
life
industry,
and your happiness.
in every single
You'll
job,
be depressed.
you cannot find a single woman who's paid
That's
more
what they
than
want you.
a man,
They
for
want you
example.
depressed.
Or are you saying on the average?
And weak. They want you weak.
See, okay, on the wage
The
gap
slave
thing,
mind.
Yeah.
I don't know
I'll
exactly
shut up
how
now.
it works out and
Okay.
everything.
But
know?
you believe it exists.
But, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I used to not believe it exists.
So you used to be based, but then
It still
But-
doesn't.
The wokie's
I'm
daughter.
just gonna
The
say
woke
it
daughter.
doesn't.
Oh, shit,
As
Nikki.
a female, there
Okay.
should be that line and like that gap. As a female, you should be working harder. Like
Yeah,
like you
but
should have
as
that
a
ideal.
female-
You should have that ideal image to be like, okay, these guys are like working harder than me. What the fuck am I doing wrong?
here
Or like,
let me try to help. So how much is the wage gap?
Isn't it like $3?
what?
What do you mean $3?
$3.
So
Like,
a
or
man
the
makes $3
percentage?
and a woman makes 1, or what do you mean?
It's like, or was it 3%? But because there was a article or something on that.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I don't
of
think you know
articles.
your facts straight, and I don't think you should be representing something that you don't really
Yeah,
have your
tell
facts
her.
straight.
Tell
And
her.
you haven't
Personally,
even given like
Yeah.
a reason or
There we
like
go.
opinion or
A
I don't even know
valid
where you
one.
stand or why you
I
stand
really like
there.
those overalls.
I would want to argue back, but I don't even understand what you're saying.
You don't even. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to knock you. I'm just saying that there's no such thing as a wage gap.
Not
Yeah, I would
Obviously,
respect your
there's like
opinion, but I don't know
there's
what it
female
is or
rappers
why.
right now that are disproving that as we speak. There's female nurses, female doctors that
Heck
have
yeah, dude.
more money than guys. That's already way disproven because
Wait, what did you guys mean in wage gap?
that's what you
Like,
brought up. That's
gap
what,
in the wages.
Uh-oh, she's trying to go back. Oh, I
But
didn't
you're
understand
aware
the
of it and
question.
you believe.
Well, no, okay, because are we talking about like men dominating things and the money thing?
Well,
Like,
well,
are you?
explain what you are meaning by wage gap.
well, she brought it up, so
Oh,
if you want to go
Jake.
ahead.
Well, okay, so I guess like the traditional argument that I hear the most is sports. Like, oh, well, women's basketball players don't get paid as much as men basketball players do. Well, there's a reason for that.
Don't nobody
you know?
watch the WNBA.
Well, I think
Because
she needs
people
to
don't-
explain because feminism isn't like a universal thing. There's so many different opinions about it. So if she's not even saying what she agrees with or why she believes that, then we can't just be, talking.
but we shouldn't bring up
Okay,
something that
so
you are if you aren't representing that. Like
The wage gap. First off, it's been illegal to pay women less for the same job since 1963. If it is so prevalent, you would see more people getting fined, sued, and companies shut down. Also,
would
if it
all
was
be
the
women
case, for example,
workers.
that you could pay a woman, say, 30% less than the man to do the exact same job, companies would
Heck
exclusively
yeah.
hire women.
All day,
Because
baby.
what is the primary interest of a business?
Money.
Would you agree? Primary purpose of a business is to make money. So, as a business owner or as a corporation, if you can save 30% on employment by hiring women only, then you would do it.
I'm hiring all you.
Fact of the matter is, there is no wage gap. There's an earnings gap, but that's different than a wage gap. Men earn more overall for the
We're
same
working
job.
harder. Come
For the
on.
same job position, men and women get paid the same
And
wage.
by harder, I mean more.
But men earn more. There's a whole bunch of reasons.
Yeah.
For example, women get paid, you might say that women get paid 15% less because they work 15% less. Men, on average, work more hours than do women.
Heck yeah, dude. Taking all that overtime.
And they do harder jobs.
I think there's kind of a misunderstanding on what the wage gap is for me. I think, like, I'm kind of confused because the last I looked it up, the wage gap is like 82 cents per the male dollar or something like that.
That's the unadjusted rate. But if you actually adjust it for all variabilities, it shrinks to like...
Including like all the discrepancies
it's like
between race and stuff,
1%.
too?
It's 1% if you adjust for hours worked and all the sorts of
And then
discrepancies.
all the other
and
discrepancies
you look at
racially as well. And
the,
then also...
the often reported wage gap where it's like 80, it's always changing.
It
Let's
was
say
76 per the $1.
76 or
Something
80
like that,
cents
I
to a
think.
dollar. But
Yeah.
that's what that stat is you take all the money women make and you compare it to all the money men make. But men and women make different decisions when it comes to career. We work different hours. There's different professions. There's seniority. There's all kinds of different variables that are uncontrolled for. So it shrinks to like 1%. And you have to ask yourself, if there is a discrepancy, can you necessarily attribute said discrepancy to, for example, sexism? Just because a discrepancy exists
Nope.
does not mean that it's due to... If there's a discrepancy that exists between, say, men and women, is it necessarily because of sexism? I would say not necessarily. It could be, but
I
not
think
necessarily.
that there's definitely possibility, and I don't think we should negate the fact that that's definitely a possibility, but I do think that there is there's a skewed perspective on what really is the contributing factor to that. I'm not the most educated on wage gap per
Sure.
se, so I don't feel that I'm the best to
Here,
advocate
we're going to move away.
for it,
we're going to
but
move away
yeah.
from the wage
We're
gap, but I
done
just
here.
want to bring it
We're
back to
done
you
here.
here for a little second here. So just maybe two other points when it comes to feminism. Do you believe in the patriarchy?
The
That's kind of a
patriarchy.
feminist position.
You know the answer.
You know the answer.
No, do you? I'm asking you.
Yes.
I don't want to.
Yes,
I
but
want
I
to
don't
be
know
charitable.
why.
I don't
I
want
don't
to
know
just
what that is.
assume that you believe. I'd rather just ask you if you believe something or don't believe something.
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
I'd
I
like
do.
to treat people as
But I don't know
individuals
what
and
it
see
is.
what they
I
believe
don't
or
know
don't
why I
believe. I don't
believe
want to just assume you believe
Well,
whatever it may be.
I'm sorry to cut in. Can we just change the subject because this is a dating podcast and we're clearly not going to get anywhere
Well,
with
it
this.
is related. It is
I mean-
related to the, who should pay on the first
But-
date. But
Anyways, I would like to ask the panel something
no,
unrelated
we're going to continue on this.
because she doesn't know what she's talking
So-
about.
Okay,
That's
don't
why
worry
I'm
about it.
trying to cut
Relax.
in.
Okay.
Say that, but
As a woman with a small business, if you have equipment signed up, if you're a contractor, whatever you are, you get on the priority list. As a woman owning a business, you get like you're first over the men. So I don't even know what radical feminism means, but I don't agree with the whole age gap thing
Exactly.
because it's just not true.
Wage gap.
Wage gap.
Wait,
Oh.
sorry.
Okay, you
Got
said
it,
age
got
gap.
it,
That's
got
another conversation. So you believe in the patriarchy, correct?
yeah.
Okay. And then another.
Yeah, of
So
course.
just curious, what is your general stance on men?
I mean,
What do you think of
Like-
men?
like, do I hate them?
Sure.
No.
Okay.
I feel sorry for them.
Why is that?
I mean, 'cause like, I always see men complaining about women and just like taking this hatred onto women about how like, how we have, I don't know, maybe if we feel upset, we have someone that can, empathize with us and like just these little things. And 'cause one thing is like with men, I feel like male friendships, I'm sorry, I'm really anxious, but
It's okay.
male friendships, like
You just got
most of
blasted.
the time they aren't really anything like, they don't have substance.
Between male and male, you mean? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you feel bad for men because you think they have it harder than women?
Sounds like what she's saying.
So why do you feel bad for them?
Because there are disadvantages for them as well.
So then how are you a feminist if you think that men
I don't
are
think you know what
disadvantaged?
Because
feminism
we're
is.
trying
I
to
don't.
we're
Can
trying to
you explain it
understand
to me?
you, but like you have literally just been dodging the question, not answering it. Like
She's
Well,
been
even
doing
we
okay.
had-
She's been doing okay.
Okay. He coming in and saving her. But seriously, okay. Final thing for that. Don't accept the programming. Think about what you put in your brain. Pay attention to it. Don't just accept it. Think about why you believe it and figure out if you actually believe it and understand why and know the reasons behind that. Okay? I'm going to catch you all in the next video.